Hey guys, how are you? Trying something new with the live weekly forecast. Let's see how that goes. Welcome to our weekly Forex forecast. I am Vladimir Ribakov from Home Trader Club. And for those who don't know me, um, check out Home Trader Club and you will understand everything we do there. Welcome to the weekly Forex forecast. In today's video, we have the euro dollar, the pound dollar, and the gold, which we will also follow up on the previous discussion we had last week and build up to the new trading plan for the current week. I want to take the opportunity before we start and to say big thanks to 8K Broker for supporting our community. And you can enjoy all the amazing offers we have with 8K Broker with the link below this video in the description. So let's begin. The first one for today would be the euro dollar. Let's share the screen here. Okay. Bear with me as I'm doing it kind of for the first time. I might be slower at the beginning, but we are practicing here something new, which is exciting. So let's go. All right. So you should be able to see the screen now, right? I believe you do. The euro dollar. We discussed about this one in the last week. This was from the last week. Where our plan was to see the euro dollar retesting these strong supply levels. Let me use the circle here for you. Here, the beautiful demand area, not supply, pardon. Here, where the buyers show their interest. So how do we determine that? In the previous sequence of higher highs, higher lows, we have the lows are the places where the buyers show their interest. Yeah, and the downtrend we have this way, and inner zone is here. So we wanted to see the euro dollar retesting this zone, and from there making the bounces to the upside. So where does it stand with the euro dollar? Basically, as you can see, just hide that. As you can see here, we are retesting this zone, creating the bounce right of the demand area. And the interesting part that starts to happen right now, the euro dollar develops some sort of a bullish hidden divergence. While the market is making higher lows, the price can see the histogram lower lows. This is a condition for bullish hidden divergence. And here comes the tricky part, because if we break down what happened on the euro dollar, let's use our Bollinger Band indicator. You can find all the information about all the indicators I use here, the key trading levels, the Bollinger Bands, everything you see was the link below this video in the description of this video. So what we have here is a bounce of the Bollinger Band duplication. That's a range, the broken range duplicated, dynamic resistance area, and also this massive volume profile based balance zone. Now, besides being such a strong zone here, it also shows, let's remove the Bollinger, it also shows these weekly and monthly levels. As you can see, let's control it here, right? Beautiful levels. It is a very tough zone. And many times, I would say even most of the times, with the price before making another high tends to move in some sort of a ABCD correction or some sort of range correction prior the attempt to break it to the upside. So from my point of view, I would not rush to buy the euro dollar for the longer term yet. Also on the lower time frame, if we take a look what happens here, this low and this low and also this low, right? They were cleaned. And now the euro is behaving in some sort of like three ways to the downside, making some corrective structure, but still holding below the supply zone we have here. So one of the possible scenarios for the euro dollar is at the end of this correction, which is currently building up, we will get some breakout, and then the final corrective leg to the downside. So that's one scenario I would be following. The next scenario, which also is possible, the euro is making its the buyers, let's determine them this way, take the final control or the full control, making the sequence of higher highs, higher lows, hold the control, get the bounce, because this balance zone, as you can see here, the KTLI balance zone, the volume profiles based balance zone, if it manages to be broken to the upside and holds then as this dynamic supportive area, you can also see this zone here, right? We will see the euro dollar very likely pushing from there to the upside. And in that case, we would expect to see the euro dollar making its final rally until it will complete the bearish divergence. Where would something like that happen? Probably the broken support now acts as resistance up to the last high, which will act as a supply. In that case, this would be a fantastic zone to look for the possible sells. So that's from my point of view the classical two scenarios to look to trade for the euro dollar. Now, if we take a look on the markets trend snapshot inside Home Trader Club, what you would be able to see here is that the months are still very positive. The last 7 days were negative, but 24 hours again starts to direct to the upside. The numbers are very mixed, which is perfectly explaining what and why do we see on the chart the way we do it, and that's why I said before, very possible scenario, the euro before making the final push will either attempt to make the two waves correction here, or at least to move in some sort of a range which could provide some short term trading opportunities. And the next one I wanted to cover, if you have any questions, by the way, feel free to leave it in the chat. I'll reply or now or after the video, of course, in your comments. Also, we'll take the opportunity and to invite you to subscribe to our channel if you are watching us for the first time, and to enjoy from all the content we have here for you. The pound dollar, quick follow-up on what we discussed in the last weekly forecast. What we wanted to see was basically two waves correction, similar to the euro dollar scenario before. We wanted it to see some cleanups, right? We wanted it to clean this low here, or to come and retest our rising supportive lines. You can watch the previous weekly forecast, of course, in the channel. Just a quick follow-up for the easy explanation. So what happened with the pound dollar from our discussion the last week? We got these two waves. However, the second wave was very small, as you can see, which brings the question, are the sellers here? So we came to the zone of the previous low, even though it was not cleaned, and we did not yet retest any of the trend lines, which brings, similar to the euro dollar, two very possible scenarios. One is that this volume profile zone, take a look on this major resistance we currently are facing. This is also 130 round number, very strong area. We also have this volume profile, and the price is still flirting around this zone, which teaches us this area is basically the war area between the buyers and the sellers. Tons of transactions. So what is going to happen next? As long as this peak holds, one of the possible scenarios for the sell is that it becomes as a zigzag, which means two waves down, some sort of a range, or two waves here, and then the break below that. That would be the ideal scenario. And then we can expect it to go to the next balance zone, which can be found here. It's around the 127, 126 range. Why this is a very possible scenario? Because if we go back to the daily chart from this KTLI zone, once again, I want to remind you, all our indicators you see here, everything I use, the Bollingers, the false breakouts, the KTLI volume profile based, you can find in the with the link below this video in the description. So what we have here is a bounce off a major supply zone. Sellers, broken support, acts as resistance. Round number 130, phenomenal area. So the next thing we see on the pound dollar is also overriding more than 20 candles on the upper Bollinger Band without yet cleaning the lower band. And as we know, eventually the opposite band, especially in Bollinger Band movement, is something that the price is looking to reach. So therefore, the explanation for the sell had before, and if we take it on daily chart, you can see how clean this area is in terms of the possible target level. It also fits perfectly with the zone of the dynamic 50 moving average and the 200 moving average, like a golden area here. That explains the ideal sell. But if the sellers would not take the control in the price structure that we just discussed about, what can we expect the pound dollar to do next? Similar to the euro dollar, make the final rally. And we have here again, broken support becomes resistance, last high excess supply. So that could be an absolutely fantastic area. What will we be watching in that case? If we drop down to the 4-hour chart, what you will want to see, if it's a buyer taking the control, then the wave starts to shift to the upside, not to the downside, making higher highs. And then this zone, the balance zone we just discussed, becomes a supportive area, right? Where you will want the price to start and bounce to the upside, which basically means from lower highs, lower lows to higher highs, higher lows in terms of candles. Now that's not smiley on on my screen. It's just to try to explain how the candles can build and open the opportunity like a V pattern, right? From lower highs, lower lows to higher highs, higher lows, and get their final rally towards the daily zone we just saw before, which we will be monitoring then for the sell. What do you think about the pound dollar? I'll be more than happy to hear. Feel free to leave it in the comment section. Once again, I want to remind you guys, this is first time I'm running this live experience. I decided it could be more interesting. Let's see, how do you like it? If you do, let me know in the comments. It would be very interesting to hear your feedback, of course. And bear with me, be patient. It's a first time. I'm not experienced with doing this live show on YouTube, so I'm just trying to see what could be more beneficial and how it's more interesting to present. So in terms of numbers, let's go back to our members area in Home Trader Club. We saw the euro before. Pound dollar is in a negative zone on the short term, 7 days, 24 hours, but the months is yet very, very, very positive, which teaches us once again that the current correction is most likely nothing more than a correction. And the probability from there for the pound dollar to get the next rally is very serious, to join with the higher or longer term trends. Hello, Andre and Hamza, thank you very much. Thumbs up back to you. So the final one I want to cover today would be gold. While we upload the charts, quick reminder, what did we have on gold last week? And again, you can guys watch it in the last week forecast. Our plan was to see the gold rising to one of the scenarios we were talking about, until it will go and manage to complete the bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart. So what do we have on gold since the last week? We moved in some sort of a range, and we indeed make this rally. And take a look here at divergence is building up. So why it's very important to pay attention to these current levels from my point of view. So we are riding next to the overbought conditions. Every single time we had this visit on the higher time frames before, we got here some drops. None of them was significant. Both were in a range. This one was flat, this one was like a triangle before the continuation, which usually means that the next peak could be much more significant, which would be very possible to see the gold peaking here, or in two shapes, or peaking and making some serious retraces, or making a final major rally. That also is a common price behavior when it runs like out of steam. There are no real buyers, that they try to attract as much money as possible on a short term. It looks major, it creates like unbelievable peaks, but then it's making a instant reaction to the downside. So what I would be watching too is exactly one of these signs. Look at the monthly chart, clearly overbought with RSI above the peak. The weekly we saw before, and the daily chart, take a look where it's building up right now. It's building up its divergence. I said building up because the second peak is yet to form, right? So one of the scenarios I would be following here is basically false breakout, and here is how that could look like. And this is the currently dynamic trend line we have. For those of you who have patterns can see, it's slowly getting in some sort of a shape here. The divergence is building up as well. So we can see this false breakout picking here as over a trend line false breakout, or some false breakouts in terms of horizontal one. Attempt to break the peak, retrace to close below, attempt to make another break over the peak and retrace below. In that case, draw this trend line, both of the final trend lines, wait for the low to break, pullbacks, and look to sell. We have here a major potential target level to pay attention to, which is next to this lows, slightly above, based on the volume profile. And if and when, it's a question of when from my point of view, the sellers will take the long-term control, then this is a very legit final target, as we have a dynamic 200 moving average here. We have a major volume profile based balance zone. You can see this based on our KTLI indicator as well. That's the plan for the gold. I will be more than happy to hear what do you think about this one. So that's it, guys, for this week. I hope once again you find it valuable, if it's live or if it's watching the recording after that on the channel. I want to take the opportunity to invite you to Home Trader Club to enjoy from all what we have to offer there. And I also want to you to take the time and to read a very important article. Go to my blog, VladimirRibakov.com. Find this article here, Prop Firm Trading Strategies You Must Know. Open it up. You will find here the recording of the webinar I was doing for the prop firm I am trading with, and all of my private students started to trade with on the last several months. Why do you need to watch that out? Because as our partnership with FundYourFX, and again, watch this webinar before so you understand what we do here. We have a special offer. Everyone who joins our annual all-inclusive program we have with Home Trader Club and FundYourFX partnership gets the direct funding on us, from us. We fund you in direct instant funding or one-step evaluation. That's why I say watch this webinar. You will understand everything much more detailed, of course. But we started it recently. Our goal was and remains, we want to create success stories among our members. and we are ready to do everything it takes. Besides teaching the strategies, we are ready to fund you and give you the real opportunity to implement without a risk. It's on us to implement everything we teach, everything you learn in real time trading. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I wish you a wonderful trading week ahead. I'll see you soon with more. Adios. Good trading.